Hi, welcome to a short video tutorial that will help in the conversion of the My Models section in the FI360 toolkit. In our example here, we have a couple things going on, but what we're looking at is an advisor who builds model portfolios, and they're building unique allocations and selecting unique investments for each of their clients. So their models are not standard across clients. They have distinct models across clients. So when they're coming into this My Models section for the very first time, they may see a couple things. The first thing we can point out, and let me close things a little bit here just to focus on this aggressive model, is the first thing is we're going to look at this aggressive model and we see a couple different clients pulled over into the system. But the first thing we notice is the returns and standard deviations are different. So the very first thing we can say is, hey, the allocations are probably different. And if you go into the models, you'll probably see that the investments selected may be different as well. So you want to double check that, go into each model and see how the allocations are set up for the client and how the investments are selected for the client. And again, using your knowledge of how you build these models for the clients to understand exactly what's going on. So with that being said, there's really not much that we need to do here. Really, we can go ahead and take a look at these models and say, hey, we're done. These models are going to be shown in the My Models area with these different labels, and everything's been translated over accordingly. The one thing that we can look at here is this global model and the migrated model both have the same return and standard deviation. So if we go into this client, we can see that the standard deviation, or excuse me, the strategic allocation is the same as the global model. So we may want to consolidate this and actually pull this out. So if we go back and just simply delete this global model, and we're not going to reassign anything since there's a global model. And now we have consolidated further and we just have versions for each of our existing clients. You may or may not want to do that based on how you want to organize the information. So second thing we can look at is the actual model names. We can see here one's labeled aggressive model. Another one in the system is labeled aggressive portfolio. And let me close these one more time just so we can focus on these two now. So these are obviously models that we built with an aggressive nature. Either the allocation or the investments that we're selecting are something that we want to term an aggressive model or aggressive portfolio. Obviously, when we built the models in the client and the model portfolios, when we built this client, we labeled everything aggressive portfolio. You may see down below we also have a conservative portfolio and moderate portfolio. However, when I built the other clients, I called my model the aggressive model. So this may be something that you want to consolidate and just streamline the way that the models are named in the system on a client-by-client basis. So really all we need to do is jump into here and go into this aggressive portfolio, and we're going to switch the model. So we had it labeled aggressive portfolio. We're just going to switch over to model and update. So when we go back now, we can see that, consolidate this one more time, we can see now that aggressive model has the 4 clients listed in the system, and that aggressive portfolio, there's nothing in that now, so we can delete this model and consolidate. So with this client or with this advisor, obviously they want to go and consolidate the conservative model and conservative portfolio, and same with moderate model and moderate portfolio as well, just to consolidate and clean up the models listed in the toolkit.